Welcome to Overtime on Inferno, your weekly roundup of all the big stories in CSGO. Quicker than all the roster moves happened. A quick reminder, rate and review us at the end of the episode. It really helps us. I'm Logan. This is Aizyesque. Let's get into it. It's the new year. It's 2022. There have been roster moves.
2022 started off wild in Counter-Strike. Not really, but it's kind of wild. No moves that we didn't expect have happened. But even the ones we expected, we still kind of were like, pinch yourself. Like, is this real? Like, you know.
Yeah,
there are a few new ones which are kind of interesting. But
yeah, and we'll get to all of them. So this week we're going to talk about the rumors that have become true. That like been confirmed, and anything new that we haven't previously covered. So we're not going to be covering stuff like the fifth man on Liquid, and stuff like that.
Who could it be?
Until stuff like that gets announced. So it should be a quick episode today. Let's get started on those concrete moves that have happened. I'm going to start with the biggest one. Let's start with G2 Munzee.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the biggest one, but
in terms of fee, it is. If nothing else. I mean, I've said before, I think this is actually under his real value, and that's even if you don't think he's incredible. I think the fact that he's so young and you're pretty much guaranteed to get like put it this way, in 5 years' time, Munzee will be 21. Like, if you keep him for 5 years, you still have a peak age player like that you can sell or keep. Like. Yep. 600k sounds like a lot because he's quote unquote unproven, but
it's also 600k over 5 years. Like you got to start to do the math there, and so
exactly. If you give him a long contract, you know you're not really paying 600k. You're paying 100k a year, like which isn't that much. I mean, there are players whose salary is like 5-6 times that. Like,
yeah.
One of which we'll get to in a little bit.
Yeah, so one of which we'll get to in a couple minutes. No, I think this move is good. Have G2 actually announced officially who's leaving? Because I don't think they have.
I don't know. It was a bit of a frantic video from Carlos that announced. He was just like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'm going to announce Munzee," and they just posted a video on his Twitter. I like this guy. I know people don't really like. There's like a pretty divided opinion on Ocelot. I think in Counter-Strike we tend to like him. In League of Legends, the pendulum's swinging the other way a little bit because of the whole Reckless situation. But I don't know. He's quite amusing. He's good value.
He's definitely content. He's absolutely content. They're saying, as in the internet webs, saying that this should be an Amnek replacement. I tend to agree with that.
That makes the most sense, right?
Yeah, that makes the most sense. Because I don't think Munzee's coming into IGL. That would be weird.
That would be nexa, mad.
And I don't think that anyone on G2 right now is leaning to move away from Jax.
Well, supposedly nexa doesn't want to in-game lead anymore. So
yes, I did also hear that.
So either they're going to sign LXEV, which is the rumor, or it's going to be like Nico or something.
Yes, yet another Nico IGL-led team. That can't go bad.
Well, yeah. I mean, who else do you get, though, is the problem as an IGL if you can't get Alexi?
I don't know, but it probably shouldn't be Nico.
No, that's true. But normally I would recommend MSL for a job like this, but MSL in the young AWPers doesn't tend to go well.
Like, honestly, pull Zeus out of retirement.
Hell yeah, now we're talking. Now we're talking. I'm on board for this move.
All right, let's move on.
I love Zeus.
Let's move on to the other big move, which is Rops has officially left Mousesports and officially signed with FaZe as of yesterday.
He is making bank. Let me tell you, he is a rich boy. I mean, you really can't begrudge him that. You grow up in Estonia and you make it big as a player. Like, you just, like, I'm pretty sure he's making enough in 1 year to, like, feed his family. Like, he can probably, like, buy his parents a house in Estonia. Like, this is such a cool move for like a little kid from Estonia. He's making a lot of money with this move.
The thing is, it's a cool move for everyone involved because it gives FaZe. It replaces Olaf, who was historically a fantastic lurker, who had still been playing lurk with the team, and it replaces him with probably the best lurker playing right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Robs is good.
Like this is just a straight upgrade for FaZe. It's not like a role clash or anything. This is like actually a well thought out move, which is surprising when you hear the word FaZe on it.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see Carrigan and Rops back together because Rops at the end of this period on Mouse, as you say, is an exceptional lurker and he is a really good player, but he was very selfish the way he played. Whereas Carrigan will give him an actual structure around him for him to like play in. It's going to be killer.
I think this team has a lot of pressure on it, right? They've got because they do have Twists, Brokey, and Rops now, and forgetting about the other two players, right? That core shouldn't be losing very many games.
Yeah, the thing I worry about with this team is that the front end of the team does not match the back end, like a really unstable panto horse. Where like if they get into 3v3 situations, they're going to win a lot of them because Brokey and Rops are just incredible late round players, and Twists is really good at like turning 4v4s into 3v2s. He'll get like a double kill in the middle of the round out of nowhere. That's why they call him the magician, right? He just pulls like double kills out of the hat where he has no right to. But it's difficult to see where they can consistently get into 3v3s because their plan of entering is like Carrigan dies and then hopefully somebody trades him because Carrigan is not a great entry fragger.
Have you ever seen the meme of like Homer Simpson and he's got like the clips in the back to like pull his like
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's what this team's gonna be with Carrigan and Rain.
Yeah, it's like the front end is worrying, the back end is money. Like that Rops Twist Brokey is absolute lockdown. Like you don't win late round situations against Rops Brokey very often.
Yeah, you like if the percentage of like clutches won against this team is over like 2%, it's a worrying thing.
Like Brokey is actually just one of the best clutches in the world, and Rops is one of the best like 3v3 players in the world. So
yeah, this team is going to be stupidly good if they can get their shit together, which is always the stipulation you have to put on a FaZe team.
The thing is, like, how many Carrigan teams don't get their shit together? This team's going to be good. This team is going to be good. It's good, but I just don't know how good it's going to be.
You think back the last couple of years, it's like they haven't been the most amazing teams the last couple of years. Last time that like the FaZe was amazing was Boston.
Yeah. And even then they weren't that good.
Exactly. So like they got to get their shit together because this is the most talented FaZe team since that Boston team, and in my opinion, this team is more talented than that Boston team. Because you had
I don't know about that.
I'd be willing to say that you had an old Olaf at the same time.
He wasn't that old then, though. He was still good then. And if you're talking in terms of pure talent, like, yeah, there's no team. I don't think there's ever been a team more talented than Nico, Guardian, Olaf, Rain,
Carrigan.
The
thing is, you're just changing the core out because Carrigan and Rain stay anyway.
Yeah. And Rain is talented. He's just now not great.
Yeah.
It hasn't been for a little while. I mean, maybe he picks his shit back up now. He's back on a good team. I don't know, but
he might be one of those players that plays to the level that they're playing at, if that makes sense. Yeah, so it's like if you're playing against tier 2 teams, you're going to play like a tier 2 player. But if you're playing against like Navi, you're playing the best Counter-Strike of your life.
Yeah.
Just because you play the level that you're playing against. So
I definitely have some concerns over Rain, and I think if things don't go amazingly well, he'll be the next on the chopping block.
I think that he's the only reasonable person to be next on the chopping block.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, let's move to the other move, which is fun now. We have Mousesports.
Yeah, I like this one.
This is a good move.
Yeah, I just hope Dexter. In a way, I want Dexter to just completely change the way Mouse are playing, to play around like an aggressive AWPer, like to play around the AWPer. But at the same sense, if they did that, I would feel a little bit sad for Acor, who never really had the game played around him, and I think looked quite a bit worse because of that.
Okay. Hi. We're doubling back for a minute. Report right now in from Luis Mira from Deserto is that Nexa and Alexi B are going to swap teams.
Wow.
That Nexa will be joining OG and Alexi will be moving to G2.
G2 are just going to spend a lot of money, aren't they? They are not
Yes.
happy with being the second best team in the world.
No.
I mean, well,
We got to double back on this.
I have concerns over Alexi B, but
I have
it seems
concerns
like
over Alexi.
nigh on impossible to not win with this team.
Here's my thing. I'm actually really excited for the OG side of this move now.
OG Nexa. I kind of like it. I don't know if it means Nexa will be in game leading on OG.
We'll talk about OG in a little bit. We'll talk about the OG side of this move when we talk about Valda towards the end.
Spoilers.
Wow. When we talk about Valda towards the end, because I think OG can be super exciting now. All right, let's finish Mousesports, and then we can
Yeah.
go back. So I think I like this move for a huge variety of reasons. Right, the first is this is showing the academy system works. That's in my head. That's the biggest thing is that if Torzy does well, this is the look. We made this academy league. These players played. This team won, and this guy got a spot on an actual team and has done well. Right. I
Yeah.
think that is like awesome. That shows like in League of Legends that the academy system works. It shows in baseball that AAA works. Right. I think it's an amazing thing that we get for Counter Strike that I'm happy to see starting to work. I also think that Torch is a really fucking good player, and that Mousesports is really fucking good players right now.
Yeah, I mean their like whole academy squad is really good, and I'm surprised. I will be surprised if it's only Torzy called up.
Yeah.
JDC is good. Exertion looks insane. And I think it's weird that JDC is the one who's always seems to be called up to their main team ahead of him. Exertion is different, bro. And maybe they think he's too similar to Frozen and BMAS, but
I mean, we'll find out. I'm sure that they are not done making moves. No one is done making moves yet.
Well, they currently don't have a fifth, so if they are finished making moves, then something's gone wrong.
Yeah, because they benched Acor with the Torzy pickup, so
and Chris J is still benched.
And who?
Chris J.
Oh yeah. All right, let's talk about Liquid for a minute. So the OC and the Shocks things got confirmed.
Yeah.
I'm still excited about this team.
So this team, I'm glad Liquid are signing a player and actually deciding to rely on him to be good. When they signed Grim, it was like, oh well, we don't really know how good he is, so we're just gonna put him in this fourth player role and just hope he's incredible. Whereas this team is if OC is not great, this team will not work because they have Shocks and presumably Nitro, who just won't be great fraggers, I don't think. So if OC doesn't hit the ground running, this team is going to struggle because they're quite reliant on him at least as a third star.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if OC performs at even 80% of the performance that he's been on Extra Salt, this team is going to slap people.
It will destroy NA tournaments
this
other
team. This team will no cap be the best team in NA. And
yeah.
If OC is performing well, this should be a top 10 team in the world. And and not to be that guy that says dark horse about Liquid because it's a horse thing, but this should be a dark horse at every single event if they're not outright one of the favorites. If OC is playing well.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It really hinges on OC, which is good. That's a healthy way to buy a player. You buy a star player, you say, right, you are the star opener now. Go out there and show us why we spent money on you.
This is the first time in a while that Liquid has just said, "Fuck it, we're putting all of it in on this one player."
Yeah, it's so much nicer than what they did to Grim, which clearly didn't work because the guy is obscenely talented, and it's just we don't really get it.
Speaking of Liquid, side tangent. Did you see the documentary they put out yesterday?
No.
Okay, so Liquid put out a 40-minute documentary on the core
Jesus
of
Christ.
Elige, Naf, and Stewie from the last 1,100 days of them being a core, which I
Right.
didn't realize in my head was how long they had been a core, and that, holy shit, that's really long.
Yeah. I mean, who has time for such a 40-minute documentary on that?
Me, later today.
Fair enough. Oh, I have time. It's just, why would I use it to watch? No, man.
All right. All right, we got a couple more moves. Let's talk about Double Zero Nation. Zero Zero Nation. Coldzera now on the team.
Yeah.
Um,
But Malb's not on the team. The rumor was that they were trying to sign Malbs. Apparently, that's not going to happen. I'm absolutely devastated. I'm
they are
considering
trying.
starting a GoFundMe to try and raise Malbs' buyout.
They're trying to sign Try though.
Yeah, I think
Just
that's happening. He's
the word
good.
the word "try" just got used too many times in that sentence.
Yeah, it's a crap name, but he's a good player. I think he's a little overrated, a little, because he's can be pretty inconsistent domestically. But he absolutely he was lights out when he moved when they were playing in Europe.
Mhm.
I think there was a game against Vitality where he absolutely popped off and he
Yeah,
hit 17 or something. He's really talented. Very exciting pickup for any South American team. And if they can somehow get Malvs' buyout down, I've heard it's like 500,000, which is obviously just absurd. Like, no matter how good you think he is, he's not worth 500,000.
yeah.
um, so if they can somehow get that down to like a fifth of what it is, maybe you risk 100k on him. Try Coldzera. That's a fun team. Like that's a team I would root for.
I think this team's going to be fun regardless.
Yeah, but it's going to be significantly less fun if Malbs isn't on it.
Yeah, it's
Unless
just
they get Luke
gonna.
Halsey, but then he's apparently staying on Sharks as well. So
It's this team's in a weird place because right now they technically do have a full lineup because they already made the rest of the roster changes, which is kick the Tellis brothers,
and
Kenny and
Fair's
Lucas.
gone as well, right? Is that them?
Yeah, I believe because Fur left to go do Brazilian Last Dance.
Yeah, supposedly, which hasn't
Supposedly.
materialized yet.
I
It's
hope the
suspiciously hard to
team
find
for
good gameplay.
Brazilian Last Dance is just called Brazilian Last Dance.
It'll probably be Last Dance in Portuguese.
I don't know. I feel like that's less fun. I feel like
It depends what it's. It might sound really cool though. Portuguese is quite a cool language.
hold on. We're Google translating. One moment.
Some guerrilla reporting.
We're deep in the trenches. Ultima Danza.
Yeah, see, that sounds cool.
Okay, that yeah, I
That's so
can get
cool.
behind
They
that.
call themselves Ultima Danza. I'm like, hell yeah. This is fun. I mean, the team will be rubbish, but it'll be fun.
Yeah,
I think that's what all the Brazilian fans are like. We want to support this team, but we are well aware it's going to be rubbish. The few Brazilians I spoke to, they're like, yeah, no, we know this team isn't going to be very good, but
it's
it's SK Gaming, like it's LG. This is like, how
it's
can
like
we not?
it's like Jets and Giants fans. Just they know the team's
Yeah,
gonna be shit every year, but
it's like if Cloud9 decided to rebuild their major winning roster, Americans would just like support that team unconditionally.
well, dot dot dot.
Well,
That's not
oh,
happening anymore from what we've seen.
no, because Stewie and Orty are on EG, right?
Correct.
And
So
Tarek is now without an org.
yeah, so segue here. Valda is apparently being looked at to be signed as the fifth man on EG, making it Cirque, Breezy, Stewie, Automatic, and Valda, which is weird.
If, and it's a
If
massive if Breezy gets back to something like the level we've seen in the last couple of years, this team is fire.
Mhm.
Breezy Valde is like such a mean like 1-2 punch. And then like Stewie, I think, is a good in-game leader. Certainly he's probably the best in-game leader in NA. Automatic, I've never been that high on, but You know, like to me, automatic is kind of just like a slightly worse version of Valve, but fine. Cirque, I mean, I don't really rate Cirque, but he doesn't
Cirque's
even have to be that good on this team.
yeah.
This
So
team's fine.
is automatic going to be a rifler on this team?
Yeah, yeah.
Even though he said he wanted to play op.
He also said he wanted to play Valorant, but he's back in CS. So
Yeah, but it seems that a lot of people said that. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, it always like those type of like that sort of hybrid player always seems to. I mean, do you remember when Mixwell said, "No, I want to warp"? Oh no, actually, no, I don't want to warp. Oh, actually, I want to warp again. It's like,
I actually don't. I only remember him ever opping.
yeah, there was a period he was like, "No, no, I don't. I'm not an AWPer. I don't want to warp. I'm a hybrid player." And then he was crap as a rifler, so he went back to
Yeah, that
warping.
sounds just like me when I can't hit op shots. Like that's
I
just
see. For me, it's the other way around. I'm like, I'm not hitting anything. Let me AWP. I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, yeah, no, trust me. I was AWP. It's fine.
that just sounds like you're literally just. I can't fit a fucking shot right now. Let me do something else for a minute.
Where it's like, yeah, it's like, well, I can't hit the head, so I might as well just have a bigger target to aim at.
All right, let's talk about OG really quickly then, because of the
Yeah, I have
nexa
no idea
news.
who they're going to sign.
So
They should
what
sign
is
Madden, right? We're all
what
agreed there. They should sign Madden from FPX.
I actually don't have an issue with that.
That like, I don't know who else you can get who's
So
as good as he is
so
that's available.
the roster is currently will be um Nexa, Mantu, Nico, the Danish one, and Flamesy.
Yeah, yeah. Like you just definitely sign Madden here. And
I could
maybe another player to replace Nico, depending on how you feel about Nico.
uh I mean I think when you're switching two players like this, keep the rest of the core for a little bit at the very least.
Yeah, maybe.
I think unless you're doing a full core swap, I think it's kind of stupid to switch three players like this. I don't know. I disliked the three player switch.
Yeah, but I also don't think. I don't
Also,
know. I'm not convinced by Nico. He was kind of like brought in by Alexi B to be a role player, and I think Nexa will happily do that if he isn't the in-game leader. I don't know. It's hard to know.
I think this team is. I'm excited to see the Nexa team. Also, well, actually, are you saying Madden's going to IGL? Because if
No, no, no,
Nexa
no.
isn't IGLing,
If
then
Nexa isn't IGLing, you kick Nico and find an IGL.
okay.
But you definitely just sign Madden. Like, I can't believe Madden isn't on a team. I think FPX
Yeah.
disbanded, right? Like,
Well, I think
he's
FPX
too good.
disbanded and Madden. None of the FPX players are on teams right now. Like Stika is not on a team. Farley is on a team. I think a
Yeah.
bunch of them aren't on teams right now,
Like,
just because I think there's a lot going on in the background right now.
somebody should take a gamble on Farley. I'm not sure who it is. The problem is that you only have one AWPer per team, so it's like,
Yeah, I have an idea for you for Farley. So
go on.
you go into Denmark, right? And you make this organization that's got this like wolf head kind of thing, and you call it North because
Right.
that's where Denmark is located.
It does feel
And
like he's destined for North, but North don't exist, so he's just going to be stuck in
right,
limbo. Yeah. I mean, I don't know who signs Farley, but it feels like somebody should take a gamble on him. He's pretty good. He's
no,
pretty talented.
a lot of that FPX team is really good.
Madden is like
Yo,
next level.
genius
Madden's a
idea, top
monster.
10 move right here. Just have OG sign Crystal as the IGL.
That is not a top 10 move. I love Crystal, but he's not a top 10. Like,
I mean,
he is.
he'll get that team to top 20 consistently.
No, he will get any team to the top 30.
I understand that,
Right?
but
You don't give Crystal talent. You don't give Crystal like genuinely great talent. You give him like really rough gems and let him turn like he will turn any team into a decent, respectable one. But it's kind of like a Tony Pulis or something, where he'll like take a crap team and make them good, but he'll never take a good team and make them great.
okay. All right.
You don't want to give him like Flames and Madden. It's like this is just too much. This is too much power. He won't have enough gym badges to control them.
Won't have enough shoot badges in Jellum. All right.
I've been replaying Pokemon Insurgents. I don't know if you can tell.
Uh, any other moves that we have heard rumor of this week that we want to talk about?
Um. Oh, I mean, there's this like rumor that won't go away about Cloud9.
Yeah. So okay, the rumor that the Cloud9 rumor is like very on the underling, like that. It's not like a getting reported heavily rumor. It's a very
No,
weird
but
rumor.
it's like everyone kind of knows the rumor exists, but nobody wants to talk about it in case it
And
like
also,
jinxes it or something.
and Cloud9's also like shit posting about the rumor as well.
Yeah, which is just
Because
annoying. It's like,
to be fair,
are you
because
doing
they're
it or not?
Cloud9,
Grow up.
I just there's just weird stuff happening there.
Yeah. Did you see who replaced Horsey actually on Mouse NX2?
Wasn't it MHL?
MHL, yeah, I like him. The few times I've seen him, he's looked really good. I've seen some people say he's a bit too inconsistent, but like that's kind of what the Academy League's for.
So, by the way, Nell just said that the Alexi deal is actually done.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Um,
They've been talking about it for a while, so
yeah. The what was the I was watching Academy the other day, and Laddick, the guy that they got to replace Munzee, is just cracked. It's
it's like
just
it's the
not
CIS
there.
region. Literally every player they have is ridiculously talented, especially AWPers. There's like every AWPer in this region is ridiculous. Like the 10th best AWPer there is like Kenzie would like get into most EU tier 2 teams. It's
Yeah,
mad. It's infuriating. Like literally every AWPer is insane. The 4th best AWPer in the CIS region is Jame.
yeah.
Who's the 4th best AWPer in NA?
I don't know.
It's certainly not. It's
Actually,
certainly not Jame, is it?
I think it's Cirque.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, wait, it might not even be Cirque. Might be three.
OC Junior. Uh, yeah. I
Uh,
mean,
I guess it's Cirque.
Cirque might be 3, and then minus or something.
No, NAF is three, Cirque is four. There we go. That's what it is, right.
Nafly, who is a hybrid.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
We
whereas
got it.
like Jame, who's one of, like would be one of the best AWPers in any other region, is just like the 4th best, maybe 3rd best, maybe Dexter's 4th. Like it's sickening.
All right, let's move to one last thing that I'm gonna cut out if it doesn't happen by the time that it's supposed to happen. Uh, let's talk about Vitality. Vitality tweeted an hour ago at 1800 CET. Watch us, follow us with a gif of Zywoo.
Yeah, it's.
So like, I'm assuming that's
I
the
have
move.
no idea who they're going to sign.
So
It's
point
going to be
is,
such a surprise.
let's record this part, and if it comes true,
If what comes true, what have you heard?
well, I heard that they were signing Grim and Stewie 2K in the greatest French American swap known to humankind. They send Shocks over to Liquid, we send Stewie over there. It's perfect.
Yeah, you know what? Last time Stewie was on an international team went really well, so let's do it again.
Yeah, he won that Zotac Cup in China.
Yeah, look, it takes a special kind of player to win a Zotac. Anyone can win a major.
Hey,
Even Devilwalk won a major. How many Zotac Cups has he won?
I played in that Zotac Cup qualifier. That was a hard tournament.
Did
Okay?
you?
I did.
I played in a qualifier like a couple of years ago. I can't remember what it was for, but I played against Espada when they were like 40th in the world, and we were playing 4v5, which didn't help. For some reason, one of our players just didn't turn up. Somehow we got like 3 or 4 rounds against Dexter and Dima. But I get the feeling they weren't trying that hard.
So we were in the tournament bracket, and we were on the opposite side of the bracket of Team One, and we were just like, yeah, these guys don't look good. We got into the match, and we were all
Yeah.
like absolute terrible players. This was not against Team One. This was against like NA players, and they threw the overpass stairs molly every single round, and literally just kept us in there. And they just aggressed to the stairs every single time.
Oh
and
yeah, that's
just,
why you're supposed to smoke it and run through.
yeah, they just negeved it every single time, and we were just sitting there going, I hate everything.
Yeah, this is why
last
if
time
they
I
throw
played
that, you
qualifier.
just smoke it and go because like
See, the problem
otherwise
is
you just get pinned in.
now I know that at that
Yeah.
point, I was like 15, man. I did not know.
15, you don't even know how to get a smoke out.
No. All right,
I
let's talk
still
about.
barely.
So, Vitality, if you're hearing this, have officially announced their signing of Zonic, Magisk, and Dupree. Because Kyojin and Shox.
Kyojin went to LDLC.
Yeah, I was actually going to say Kyojin went to
I remember
LDLC, which
seeing
they
that.
signed instead of Double Pony.
Yeah. So, like, France now has 2 Tier 2 teams. Well, 3 if you include Vitality.
I mean, is OG still a French team?
No.
I would have put them in Tier 2.
Yeah, but they're not French.
They've got Jax. That makes it French. Jax carries the French for like 4 people.
Oh, you mean G2? You said OG.
Yeah. Oh no, I meant G2. Yeah.
Because they used to have MVK, but I would never call them. Would never call them French.
No. Jax carries the Frenchness for like 4 people. That G2 team is still French.
I disagree.
So let's talk about this Vitality stuff. I don't know if this helps.
I believe in Zonic.
I believe in Zonic.
Magisk is pretty good. I don't know how good their communication is going to be, but it can't be that bad. They all speak English.
I mean, we've seen the Zyru barrage of English interviews recently, though. So
yeah, oh yeah, no, his English is perfectly fine. He just has an accent.
Any questions that we had previously about Zyru speaking English have gone to the wayside. Apex speaks the most French English you'll ever hear.
I love Apex, man. Yeah, the way he speaks is amazing to me.
Mousesports speaks English. Everyone speaks English, and then the 2 Danes obviously speak better English than you and I.
Well, you.
I think he still speaks better English than you.
Nah.
All right.
Nah.
I'll live to fight this another day.
My English is near perfect.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, I'm a writer. Of course, my English is good.
It's fuck all, man.
Well, no, true. You're right there, but mine specifically is good.
So I'm not sure. Here's the thing, right? Kyojin and Shox. Shox was a weird player with this team because he was very streaky. Right?
Yeah.
Kyojin definitely was not the right fit. I'm willing to say that Magisk is probably a better fit, and that Dupree will probably be a more consistent player. But I'm not sure if I still feel like this is like a more of a lateral move than it is realistically a positive move. Like it's definitely leaning towards positive, but I'm not sure I'd actually be characterized as positive.
If Dupree was like 3 years younger, it'd be an amazing move.
Yeah,
right. But it kind of feels like Dupree's in the twilight now. Magisk is like as solid as you can get. Like,
yeah, Magisk
it's really difficult to get excited about watching Magisk, but he's a very stable and solid player, and you don't really need incredible players around Zywu. You just need good ones.
Here's the thing. I'd be willing to say that I am willing to say Magisk is an upgrade over Kyojin.
Yeah. Obviously.
I'm just not sure Dupree is an upgrade over Shox.
I would say. It really depends. I feel like we haven't seen how good Dupree is for a little while now, and I don't know if that's just fatigue from knowing he's going to change and the whole Australia situation, or if he's actually just like past his peak. If you get the Dupree of 2 years ago, Dupree is better than Shox. Yes. I also think peak Dupree is better than peak Shox, but I think that's probably more controversial.
Correct, but I think that right now today, Shox is better than right now today Dupree. Or let me rephrase this. 3 months ago, Shox is better than 3 months ago Dupree when both of them were playing.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like a little like this. Yes, the Magisk move better, but the Dupree move like worse. So
I think Magisk. I think the difference between Magisk and Kyojin is far bigger than the difference between Shox and Dupree, though.
Yeah, but that's why I said I'm leaning on the side of positive, but I'm definitely towards the middle. Now, on the other hand, the Zonic Exataz thing, positive move every day of the week there.
Yeah. Probably. I mean, yeah.
This is the same The conversation here had to be the same conversation I had with Knock.
Yeah, it's like this is the only coach who we would take over you, and he's like, yeah, fair enough.
Like,
But I'm not even sure it's worth upgrading your coach by this smaller margin. But I guess we'll see.
my guess is they wanted Zonic Majisk,
Yeah,
and Zonic Majisk said we want to bring Debris as well, and they were like, well, this could work, and they
I don't know. I feel like they probably wanted all three.
we'll see. I don't know. It's gonna be a weird team now.
It's going to be fun, and if nothing else, it's going to be very interesting.
All right, we got any other last minute news? Any notifications?
I don't believe so. They're all waiting for us to finish, and then they can announce things.
Yeah, I mean, this is how this normally goes. I have no more notifications. We're good. We're ready. All my notifications are League of Legends related. We're good.
Oh well.
All right. Well, thank you very much for listening. You can find us on Twitter at Logan Ramhap, at Aizyesque, and at ReTLDR. We will be back again next week. Possibly with something fun. Maybe with a normal episode. We'll see. You'll find out next week.
Well, yeah, you'll find out in a week's time when this enters your ears.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.